Hey, welcome back, subscribers, to my world of stocks. Hey, did you know that this one Mag 7 stock actually pays out more in dividends as a total cash amount than literally any other company in the entire S&P 500? I'm talking, of course, about Microsoft. And here's just 5 quick reasons for why I not only consider it to still be a buy in 2026, but also why I continue to invest in myself. I hold it as a second largest holding in my own portfolio, which I use as a core foundational piece to build the rest of my portfolio around too. And it's even a great future play for dividend growth as well. So smash that like button if you enjoy this, but let's go ahead and jump straight into it. Reason number one. Let's just go ahead and start with that dividend. So, over the past year, Microsoft has paid over $22 billion in dividends to shareholders, with no other company really even coming close. In fact, other giant behemoths like Exxon, Apple, Chase, J&J, Pfizer, United Health, and Meta each paid around $5 to $15 billion less than Microsoft. Now you might say, well, that's all nice and good, but the current yield is so small, I've never even really considered it as much of a dividend stock worth investing in. Well, you're certainly right that at today's prices, Microsoft does only yield less than 1% on that dividend. But it should also be noted that it's not actually Microsoft's fault. Rather, it's due to their phenomenal performance over the years, which brings me to reason number two, and that you get both a strong performer who's also grown their dividend more aggressively than most. For example, over the past decade, Microsoft stock has climbed by close to 800%. Now, mind you, most stocks with high dividend yields tend to be high for a reason, because the stock price has probably gone down by huge amounts and thus raising the dividend yield. But in Microsoft's case, it's been one of the best performers to the point where it's consistently one of the top 5 largest companies in the world by market cap. So if you had actually purchased Microsoft stock 10 years ago when it was trading for around $55 a share, then your personal yield today would actually be more than 6.5%, which is pretty high. On top of that, again, you'd also have to consider that you'd be up on your position by close to 800% too, whereas many other dividend investors who might only be focusing on the yield may have actually lost money during the same time period. And it's not like Microsoft's yield is low because of a lack of willingness to grow their dividend either. In fact, over that time, Microsoft has been very aggressive. They actually raised their payouts by over 250%. It's just that the stock price itself, your actual investment, happened to rise by even more, and thus lowering the yield at today's prices. But my point is that, once you put all of this into perspective, this is still a phenomenal dividend growth stock over the longer term. And the same can be said for their future, as their current payout ratio is still tiny at only less than 25%, despite having been raised for over 2 decades in a row on the dividend, meaning that the company is not only more than willing to grow their dividend, but they're still in great shape for those future increases too, and accompanied by, again, likely still a rising stock price too. Which brings me to reason number three, the strong and dominant business that you get with this one. Now, over the years, Microsoft has become one of the biggest, if not the largest facilitator of both computing technology in general, but more recently also to the rise in artificial intelligence, as they not only dominate the PC landscape with Windows, but they're also ranked second in cloud with Azure and are pretty much unrivaled in business productivity too with their new AI offerings, which I think is heavily slept on, by the way. Companies absolutely need Microsoft's tools and services these days, and their infrastructure really, to enhance their productivity, streamline workflows, collaborate more efficiently, and enable decision making at large scale for millions of organizations across the globe. With Windows, Office, and Azure all enhanced by AI, that's exactly what you'd get from Microsoft. Not to mention the biggest wildcard of all, that for me at least has become more recently what I'm probably the most excited about of all of Microsoft's initiatives as an investor, is how they're now integrating Copilot AI into everything that they do. This is reason number four. Whether you're using Windows, working inside of Office, building apps with Azure, or running an entire enterprise on Microsoft's cloud, Copilot is slowly becoming one of the most essential AI layers that sits on top of everything that Microsoft offers. In Windows, for example, Copilot can summarize documents, automate tasks, generate content, troubleshoot settings, and even control apps, all being done natively within the operating system itself, which means that every single new PC that is sold, you go out to Best Buy, Target, whatever, you buy a new PC, every single one of those being sold now instantly becomes a potential Copilot customer that Microsoft can market directly to. I mean, apart from Google integrating AI into their search platform or into Android phones, or Apple doing the same with like iOS, I'm not sure that there's another example out there that even comes close to how incredibly useful and easily accessible Microsoft is making artificial intelligence for the average consumer and even business person out there too. In Office, for example, it now works directly within Word, Excel, PowerPoint, even Outlook and Teams. In Azure, it's embedded into their developer tools, in their cybersecurity, in their cloud management dashboards. So developers can generate code, they can debug, they can deploy apps, and manage cloud infrastructure and IT platforms all much faster with the help of AI. And from an investor standpoint, what I love the most is that Copilot is also becoming a subscription product too. So not only is it making all of Microsoft's already existing products much more attractive, but it's also becoming a huge source of recurring revenue at very high margins, which brings me to my final reason, number 5, that all of this has led to incredible financials, some of the absolute best really in the entire world. With over 200, get this guys, over $280 billion in sales and over 100 billion of pure net income profit on a yearly basis. Yet they're still growing at huge double-digit rates for both the top and bottom line, despite that massive size. I mean, it's absolutely mind-blowing. Try to think of any other company that puts up those kind of numbers. And by the way, you know what else that this enables for them? I'm going to give you a bonus reason. Number 6, okay, one more reason, is that it not only allows them to pay and grow their dividend for decades in a row, but it also enables them to buy monumental amounts of their own stock, which makes your shares as an investor much more valuable over time too. In fact, just in fiscal 2025 alone, Microsoft spent close to $18.5 billion on share buybacks. Absolutely incredible. And it's just another reason why I've chosen to hold Microsoft consistently as one of my largest holdings, usually in the top 3 largest throughout my entire, I'd say, investing journey. And it's going to continue to be at the top there for me too, because it's always going to be one of my favorites, I think. And I see that just happening well into the future, into retirement and beyond. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Leave your thoughts down below. Let me know if you own Microsoft stock or any others you like out there. But hey, I will catch you in the next video. Hope you're all doing well. Take care, my friends. Bye-bye.